Hello, my name is Brad Doherty and I'm from Casper, Wyoming. This past summer, I had the spectacular opportunity to participate in the South African Freshman Study Abroad program. My specific course was From Everyday to Epic, South African Leaders and Legends. For the duration of the course, my section studied what it meant to be a leader by especially reflecting on the leaders of the South African anti-apartheid movement, as well as local leaders. There's a lot that I gained personally from this experience, but two things that I have constantly reflected on since I returned and began school at MSU stick out in particular. The first of these is a compelling desire to travel and see the world for what it truly is. It is rather difficult to narrow down this thought to one specific example because this wanderlust, if you will, stems from multiple experiences that I have had in my travels. The first of these is the interactions I have had with nature. The first site visit we went on while in South Africa was to the Cradle of Life Museum and excavation site. Aside from the beauty of the caves we traveled in and the great savanna grasslands surrounding the site, I felt a sort of connection to the universe that day. And as cliché as it may sound, it was very true. The premise behind these sites was to convey that the evolution of the human race began there in South Africa, that all human beings came from the same area of the world at some point. What I got out of this lesson in evolution was a tremendous respect for my belonging to the universe around me and all its beauty. I had many experiences with the awe-inspiring natural beauty of South Africa throughout this trip, in places such as the Pilanesberg Game Reserve and on Table Mountain. These experiences were extremely moving to me on a level that is hard to describe. They also helped me in developing this wanderlust by encouraging me to continue finding these phenomenal natural wonders. Along with the connectedness I feel toward the world, the interest I have in the many cultures in it has also driven me to a compelling desire to travel. While in South Africa, there were many instances of culture shock I experienced. These experiences placed me in a position where I felt very alone and sometimes uncomfortable. The feelings I found did not last long, however, as I immediately began to appreciate just how unique the experience was. One example of this was when I was walking around downtown Pretoria on a Saturday night. The group I was with, including myself, were the only white people in the entire area, as far as we knew. Consequently, we received a lot of stares from the locals. This was a rather uncomfortable experience at first, but as we took the time to talk to the locals and appreciate cultural aspects like street music and food, the discomfort melted away and was replaced by a new appreciation for everything. The truth of the matter was, I found that the people walking around in Pretoria and sitting with us in the restaurants weren't that different from us after all. They just experienced their culture in a different manner. This all was very inspiring when I thought ahead to the many other cultures I will encounter throughout my life, even here on campus. When I consider the wanderlust in terms of my time at MSU so far, I can honestly say it has influenced a lot of choices I have made and will likely make for the next 4 years. Upon reflecting on this desire to travel that I now have, I see that it is really more of a desire to experience new things. I found that such a large university is very accommodating for this. There are many clubs and student organizations that allow me to try things I've never tried before, such as triathlon and swing dance. There's also a plethora of people from different cultural backgrounds that I have enjoyed getting to know. Much like the opening up to the people in Pretoria and other places in South Africa, I have become acclimated to the cultural diversity of the university and truly appreciate these new experiences. The second thought I had since returning is the question of how I will make the most of my time at the university to help those who don't have the opportunities I have. While in South Africa, I had the opportunity to tour Khayelitsha settlement and participate in a service project. Khayelitsha is a tremendously impoverished area near Cape Town full of social turmoil and poor social and political systems. One of the more shocking realizations I had while there was that 5 families share one portable toilet, while my own family in the United States has 4 fully functional bathrooms. To me, this seems like a tremendous disparity, and the more I thought about these people's situation, the more I realized just how good I have it. I have never needed it and not received in my entire life. Why should it be fair that these people, just as human as me, don't have the same opportunities I have? This question has been quite nagging since my return. Since school has begun, the question of what I should do for a living has also become a great concern. With both of these weighing on my mind, I came to the conclusion that I need to be living a life beyond my own personal desire that will help others achieve the same opportunities that I can experience. In the context of picking a major, I am not entirely sure where it will take me, but I feel as though getting the most out of the university experience and entering the field of medicine would allow me to serve people like those in Khayelitsha. As I consider my future at MSU, I see these two themes fitting in well with my 4 years here. First of all, I have a tremendous opportunity to appreciate different aspects of culture here on campus through clubs and meetings and meeting new people, as well as the fantastic study abroad programs offered by the university. Second, I have the opportunity to achieve highly academically in the next 4 years, as well as become an active member of the community, both of which will help propel me towards entrance into medical school and my goal of returning to a place like Kailicha, where I can bridge the disparities through my service.